actually let me know that most places here don't even charge them for the space, or if they do, it's something like $30 or $40 a month.
We are off. There's a shot toward Wilmot that gets deflected, becomes a catch by Stafura.
Yeah, and that knocks Chan out right off the hop. Rebellion now down a player and a ball.
There's that buzzer we know and love. It's going by a little quicker now. I think there was conversation about the order in which certain things happened there, but Stafura now on the sideline.
Oh, was Stafura knocked out before the catch was made?
That might be the question,
I
think his ball was caught as well.
Ah. Well, Manitoba has gotten very strong in the catching game recently. Oh, and a connection on yards out from the cross court there. It's either LaBerge or Mendiola who did that. Mendiola calling out a play.
A lot of fakes there, and connecting was Copé.
So Jesse Kopit, fun fact about that guy, high-level competitive baseball player in Winnipeg. Competitive at the recreational level, I should say, right? He's not a professional player. But he plays baseball all through the warm months and then comes and wrecks the dodgeball scene all through the cold months.
Saw Chan just get hit on the foot there. Pretty hard to block that unless you've already committed to the ground.
You look at how much they're making Element move without even throwing at him. They're selling those fakes.
Yeah, if you come from a baseball background or maybe like a quarterbacking in football, it definitely makes getting used to the throwing in dodgeball easier, but not necessary.
One of the things that Kopet is fantastic at doing is blocking. If he has a single ball, he is as effective as when players have two balls. Look at, oh, I thought Element dodged that, but I guess he must have been grazed.
Yeah, I think it just caught his foot as he kind of popped up in the air a bit, but tough spot to be in. Golden Boys coming out strong.
I believe Element's actually wearing 2 sets of knee pads.
I've been starting to do that too, to protect these aging knees.
Yeah, his are going all the way down the shins too. I imagine you hit your shins on the ground enough times, you finally decide to start protecting them. Moises there with a hard drop to the ground and then popping right back up.
Yeah, but that is a really good example of why you wear those knee pads.
Yep.
It opens up dodging to the floor in a way that you do not want to do to yourself if you're not wearing knee pads.
Absolutely. If you're not going to wear knee pads, don't even bother going down. It's not worth it.
Nice grab.
Wow, Gonzalez there. And then Moises getting tagged on the ankle there. Golden Boys taking the first round. That's going to do wonders for their team spirit. I know that they had a really close match last year against the Red River Rebellion of last year, a very similar team.
Yeah, Red River Rebellion featuring number 11. He was in the first pool of players selected for the national team 2 years ago, last year? I actually don't remember anymore. But
last year he was in the selection process for the Team Canada, but I do not believe he was activated as a player. He was just on the roster.
And one of the few players in this tournament that we know can reliably actually throw with both arms.
Absolutely. I think we've clocked his right arm shot in the low 100-km/h range. His left arm shot, the last time we clocked it close to a year ago, was 126.
Those are good numbers.
Yeah, very solid numbers. And for all the people home in Manitoba who want to watch another Manitoban game, you can also check out Wind Chill, who I believe are playing Halifax Explosion on court number 2 on the Dodgeball PEI stream. So you can go rewind that and watch it after you finish watching this game.
Well, in the back and forth, we see a couple of people knocked out.
Yeah, Mendiola knocking out DePasquier there.
Chan hit out just a moment before that.
That's going to put us at 6 players for Golden Boys and only 3 for Rebellion. Rebellion's going to be looking to make something happen now.
Yeah, Golden Boys playing strong to start.
There you go, Element getting hit.
Oh, some good aggressive play trying to track down that ball. And Dubuc there.
Wilmot trying to draw some fire there. Some really convincing fakes there. He's doing the Denim Dubuc style fake where you wave the arm behind your back as if you're winding up. And that does give you the ability to actually commit to a throw or to fake.
I just want to make sure it looks convincing. Whatever you do, if the other team's flinching, you know you're doing your job.
Yep, you need acting lessons to sell a fake, that's for sure. Comes down to the face too, right? You got to give the same face you give when you throw. Some people tighten their face up. Some people breathe out when they throw.
Yeah. Some people give a little yell or a grunt. Sell it with a yeet if you need to.
Lots of people deflate. It's like a whenever they throw.
Eldon Wu, a member of Team Maple Leaf back in 2017. He's got some experience with the national program.
You know, I thought that Team Maple Leaf really should have reached out to the company Maple Leaf. Could sell them like the team as their top dogs. 100% all beef. Would have been a great sponsorship opportunity for sure.
Yeah, they could try. Maybe weren't able to meet their contractual obligations, though. I'm not sure.
I don't think anybody even asked.
Well, that's disappointing.
Mendiola calling out to Wilmot and to Kopit.
And they're going to talk. Oh, no, they're going to swap out a ball. So certainly at this level, once those balls develop a rip or if the skin comes away from them inside, the skin comes away from the foam, they will swap those out. Got a bunch of spares available. Golden Boys with a big player edge. I think they finally found Jabuk.
Leaving just Wu against 5.
He's shifty.
Oh, against 4 now. He knocks out Gonzalez.
He obviously knows those players. Nice little drop curve. Coppett missing low. Eldon Wu, a wonderful partner for me in a 2v2 tournament in Toronto.
Just a fantastic all-around guy.
Yeah, I like him.
Nice dude.
Nice no-look attempt, but Mendiola ready for that. I think these players know each other well enough to be aware of the possibilities.
Yeah. Mathieu Pantel, known for just making unreal catches. Oh, wow.
Wu acknowledging the hit there.
Double and triple tapping him just to make sure. Sometimes hard to stop a play, even if the first part of the play makes the connection.
Yeah, I mean, if you're wound up and you plan to throw, even if you think the other player got hit, it's pretty hard to dial it all the way back.
Agreed. Rebellion now with a 2-point deficit. See Captain Clarence Alfaro making a gesture there for the kind of play he's looking for.
And Rebellion's going to want to fight the power, get themselves back in this match. They started strong by eliminating 2 off the rush.
That puts Rebellion in a much more favorable position.
Stafura back in there, throws a ball that misses a little bit low.
Fun fact about Daniel Stafura, he was going to be considered for the national squad last year, but unfortunately at the time, he had not been released from his CFL contract, so he was not considered. He was on the practice roster for the Blue Bombers at the time and previously for the Ottawa Red Blacks, but as I understand it, he is now fully released from those contracts and fully available to play dodgeball at the highest level.
We'll see if he can give himself a chance to qualify.
Yeah.
With a good, strong showing here in Charlottetown. We see, oh, Pacheco hit out. You can also see, though, I think that's Elements, really wants to try and earn that ball back for his side. He's coming up, he's posturing, he's faking, and he does get it back.
Sometimes you can get those balls back just by kicking it off to the side so that one of your retrievers can pick it up, or by knocking it to one of your teammates and you don't have to use your arms to get it, but that is always a risk.
One
intense block from Dubuc.
Element knocking out his counterpart on the opposite corner, now selling the fake pretty hard while he scoops up a ball.
Leaving just Jesse Kopit left for Golden Boys, number 14.
And there, I believe that was Element's shot again. That hit the shins, I think, on Kopit.
Yep.
So Red River Rebellion finds themselves a point. 2-1 now. Still in favor of Golden Boys, but close enough that we could see anything happen here.
If Rebellion takes this next point, it'll really be anybody's game, but if Golden Boys manages to get a point on that, it's really going to put pressure on Rebellion to make something happen.
I think those balls might have hit each other as LeBear's let go.
Yep. Dupasquier making a hand signal as if, you know, everything's all right, don't worry about it. LeBear's very strong left-handed player. Also another person who prefers to play on the right.
We see nice shots back and forth, but Dubuque, the only casualty so far. Wilmot got the only ball for his side, so he's going to get that.
Yarja knocked out too.
Yeah. Looks like there's a grab.
Greg Pacheco, interesting player. He was very well known for his catching ability for a time. Then he lost a significant amount of weight and lost the catching ability. And then he put some pounds back on and right back up at the highest level with that catching ability.
Maybe the extra cushion stopped the ball from pushing away from his body and let him trap it.
100%, that's what it is. And he is very used to that timing, very used to the body that he's in.
We're in sudden death now.
Look at that.
Stafura knocked it up, and it got one-handed by Pacheco.
Chico then hit by another one, leaving just Dupasquier. Try and go underneath the ball, doesn't quite get under it, leaving just Wu once again against 4.
Nice curve. Wu with a couple of curves. He finally finds Stafura.
Mangiola lining up. Wilmot with his hands up in the air. Looks like he was trying to get his team to listen to him. They weren't listening, but it didn't matter because he managed to pull the point out anyway.
So Golden Boys with a strong start in this one. 3-1 lead going into the second half.
Yeah, going to put a lot of pressure on Rebellion to get aggressive, to put some points on the board. But if they win the first round in the second half, then I don't think that pressure is going to stay. They'll be able to just play good disciplined dodgeball again. But like I was saying before, Rebellion likes to play a more aggressive, crazier kind of game. And Golden Boys seems to just be kind of punishing that.
Yeah, I think so far in the stylistic way that the teams are matching up, Golden Boys obviously carrying a bit of an edge. Far from insurmountable, but...
Well, the advantage that Golden Boys has, too, is that they don't play together as a team generally, right? They played together mostly in last provincials, but they all went back to their own home teams for the rest of the year. But Red River Rebellion, they play together on the regular. And because of that, you can kind of review how they play, see what the other players' strengths and weaknesses are when they play together, figure out where they're going to be, and that allows you to develop counter strategies for them, kind of like how a lot of the provinces have been doing against the Ontario teams.
Yeah, but many of the Ontario teams also playing together very consistently for at least a year. I know every province has a somewhat different selection process, but...
Yeah, a lot of provinces don't run a tournament for it. They'll just have like tryouts where people come and they have to demonstrate different abilities or get matched up into random teams and play that way. And then a selection committee evaluates them based on those merits.
Saw LeBerge get knocked out there. Good active dodging from Moises.
Wow, and I gotta say Gonzalez there with a beautiful backslide.
Oh yeah, there we see Moises hit out that time.
He got screened.
Yeah, never feels good.
Yeah, when there's a player in front of you and you can't see the incoming ball, not much you can do about it. Alfro just nailing Stafura.
Yeah, we see some back and forth. There was a grab
yeah, I think
by Chan.
Yep. Solid catch there from him. It was off of Wilmot. I was trying to figure out who got knocked out, but yeah, it looks like Wilmot's ball got caught there. Element very active going up in the air.
Yep, moving around a lot, making it easy to pay attention to him, regardless of whether you're supposed to. Nice shot. I'm not sure if that was a catch. That was really low.
Yeah. Oh, they're calling it a catch?
I think that's the right call. It was really low, but I
sounded like it hit skin.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you can tell from the noise, at least some of what happened. Oh, there's a double. Element knocking them both out.
Leaving just Copit against Wu and Element.
Copit going low. He's got a big throw. Goes outside.
Copit actually recently, you'll notice that he's got his left thumb bandaged up. I believe he recently sprained or broke it.
And now Copit out of his element as he gets knocked out of the points. And Red River Rebellion closing that gap. They're only down 3-2 now. It's a close match. Kind of what I think we would have expected here.
I agree. The Red River Rebellion is the players who won the provincial tournament. Golden Boys are the players that were put together, the next best group of players put together by the selection committee, right? Trying to find the top talent from all the rest of the teams.
Well, and there we see Shot tagging Gonzalez, I believe.
Yep, Gonzalez popping that ball up, hoping that somebody's going to look for a catch, but unfortunately there was nobody in that position to do so. Pantel was just a rocket there, but Wilmot connecting on element. Notice Wilmot now, last year they kind of put him in the back and made him wait for those times to shine as an anchor, but now they're using him more as a guard as well.
Yeah, if he's worked on the throw, it's like you don't need to have the hardest throw in the world at this level, but you do probably, I'd say, around 90 kilometers an hour is where you start to be viable as a threat with your throw. Oof.
Yeah, you can't be throwing 80, 85 and expect to not get caught at this level, because even the players who aren't known for catching can catch an 85 kilometer an hour ball, no sweat.
Yeah.
And then you see the people who are good at catching, like the ones that are known for catching high-level throws, those guys are going to catch it like it's nothing.
Nice shot.
Yeah, Pantel connecting on Dupasquier.
It is true, though. I mean, I've let go some of the throws that feel the best ever, and yet they get gripped by somebody who knows how to do it.
Yeah. Whenever that happens to me, I always make a comment, something to the effect of, I put everything I had into that spirit bomb.
We see Wilmot looking to draw on the throws. That is something he's very good at.
He's got that confidence to not just draw in the throw, but to also be able to survive. Now, Real Wilmot, too, is coming off of a hand injury. I believe he also broke a finger, or it might have been a wrist now that I'm looking at the bracelet he's wearing. It's a real heartbreaker. I'm glad to see him out, though, because if he had to miss because of that, I know that he would have just been devastated.
Well, we see the pace has slowed down a bit, but Wu gets knocked out. We see a nice attempt at a curveball.
Oh, Kopit connecting on Dubuc, and you see him just excited, him celebrating immediately afterwards. Denim Dubuc, not an easy player to hit. Rylan Yarja, though, just wrecks on the offense, so this is not where the Golden Boys want to be. Yeah, now that they got the third ball in hand.
Yeah, I feel like they'll take it. Oh, we see.
Yeah.
Nice hard shot, bouncing a little short. Oh, that was aggressive to fight for that ball, but I like the confidence.
Yeah, Pacheco wanted it, and he managed to jump just high enough to be able to get it.
Another jump by Kopit. Once again, when you're the last player left against several opponents, you do have to take some chances.
You just never want to leave yourself completely unarmed. You can take those chances unless the other team has 0 balls in hand. You really shouldn't throw away your last one. Well, you can see Mathieu Pantel's wife there, Camille Pantel, walking onto the court. I believe they are expecting their first child later this year, as actually a lot of members of our dodgeball community are. There's wasn't a lot of babies before, but it seems like 2019 there's going to be a lot of babies in the Manitoba dodgeball community.
Off the rush. Whoa. Something messed up for Golden Boys there, and I think 2 players hit off, but there was a catch.
Yeah, LeBurge clearly not happy with the way that he slammed that ball into the ground, but luckily once he realized what happened, his limbs are long enough, he was able to just sweep the other 2 balls with his foot so that his team wouldn't end up at a major disadvantage. Really good quick thinking on his behalf, but he ended up getting knocked out because of it.
Now we see a shot and the return. Neither of them doing any damage.
Yeah. I actually would say I would probably trade a player for 2 balls at almost any given point.
Good dodge from Dubuc, getting up high, keeping the feet tucked in, still being a small target despite being in the air. And now we see Gonzalez hit out as well. We're down 2. Just 4 on Golden Boys. Red River Rebellion. A few minutes left in the second half. They're going to try and...
They need 1 more point. That's all they need on this timer. They need 1 more point, and then they can run the timer out and just play for the sudden death point.
And they found LeBerge there, making it a little easier for themselves. Dubuc kind of calling the plays from the middle. That throw toward Kopit is blocked.
See Pacheco handing it off to Kopit because he knows that Kopit's got a great throw. Not that Pacheco doesn't as well.
Yeah, he ends up knocking out Chan.
Yeah. That's another way, too, that you can make it look like you're not going to be the one throwing. You hand the ball off, so then people think that you're probably just going to be one of the fakers.
Golden Boys with all 6 balls managed to tag 2. As part of the danger of giving the other team all of them. So now Golden Boys on offense, looking for Element. Moyes is an Element coming up to the line. We see a great grab from Pacheco.
It's just that team's healer, that's for sure.
And now another grab. Golden Boys with a big lead.
See the way he dropped that ball beforehand? I thought he got hit by the ball that was coming in. And Mathieu Pantel, he's just got those grips. He's one of those players that just catches with his fingers, and you can't do that unless you got really strong hands.
Some good hand-eye, some good enthusiasm for the sport as well.
Absolutely. Actually, I guess they must have had team color coordination because Mathieu Pantel normally wears bright neon orange shorts, the same pair for every sport he wears. I think they're a lucky pair of shorts. But in this one, I think he decided to just go with the team color scheme.
Mendiola hit out there.
Yeah. Alfaro knocked out too.
Yeah, Mendiola hasn't been alive to do as much damage as I remember him doing in Nationals last year.
Yeah, he's quite the threat. Really good at putting ball past a blocker, but you see Pantel there with a chicken wing to catch him.
A nice grab on his part, bringing some help back for the Golden Boys. To Book, not hit yet. Hopefully not at all for his sake. And we see the throws coming in toward Dubuc again. He sends a lefty hard onto LeBerge. I think Pacheco hit out as well. Wu goes low under that shot.
Interesting that Wilmot didn't take that shot on Wu there. He must have felt that he didn't have enough balls, and that's oftentimes the case. You don't want to just give up a ball because you think you got a shot.
Yeah, the other tricky thing, Wu went so low that if you take an overhead shot at him and it bounces up in the air, it can be an easy team catch.
Yeah. Those are interesting because you can't put full force into them or they'll bounce up too high. But if you don't put enough force in them at all, it's a balancing act, that's for sure. And it takes a specific level of skill and experience to know where that sweet spot is.
Now, I'm not sure what happened with Wu as the only player there. He was kind of walking off and shaking his head. But I'm not sure if he actually got knocked out or called himself out on the line. Couldn't quite tell there, but we are moving towards sudden death regardless.
Wow, Golden Boys with a commanding lead, 6-2. I only say commanding given how hard these teams have had to fight each other, and Golden Boys just keep squeaking out the points.
Yeah, I think the catching has been a big difference for them.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Although Pantel not able to catch that ball from Alfaro. Alfaro just drills him in the chest.
But Alfaro gets countered back on. We see that ball just going just between Stafura and I believe that's Mendiola.
Yeah, Mendiola almost falling out, but finding his balance.
And you can just pick up and launch a ball. Patience, not what a lot of players are known for once they get into sudden death. LeBerge hit out.
Grazed on the chest. Pacheco coming out with a vengeance.
Yeah, two good shots, one of them finding the mark, knocking out Wu.
Element displaying a serious level of athleticism here. Pacheco just...
He's a wrecking ball right now. He thought he connected with Yarjo.
He's saying, nope, sorry, my bad. I thought it was somebody else.
And he said, sorry, yep. Ref's right there. They're going to make the call.
Yeah, I think he connected on Element, but Element and Yarjo have very similar builds. And Mendiola just catching Chan to round out the game. 7-2 for the Golden Boys. The score not exactly reflecting the closeness of that game. They really did have to fight it out, but as you said before, Golden Boys just brought the catching game, and that can make all the difference.
Yeah, very strong performance from Golden Boys in the All-Manitoba battle. And they take a pretty strong victory score-wise. That'll help them a lot in the standings. Red River Rebellion obviously going to look to regroup after that match.